Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Robert Van Giens, and I'm the President and CEO of the Fayetteville Cumberland Economic Development Corporation, and I am privileged to welcome you to our can-do community and to the Core Innovation Center. For my first day on the job, making high-speed internet accessible and affordable has been a top priority for our leaders. And today we celebrate a major milestone that will move our community closer to that goal. It is a great day when we can have so many partners with us to celebrate. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce our first speaker, Mayor Mitch Colvin. Mayor Colvin is a native of Fayetteville and a graduate of Fayetteville State University. He has served as Fayetteville's mayor since November of 2017, the city's second African-American mayor. He is currently serving in his second term. Prior to that, he served 2 consecutive terms on City Council as a council member for District 3 and Mayor Pro Tem. In addition to serving the city of Fayetteville, he's a small business owner. Since 1995, at the age of 21, Mr. Colvin assumed the operational leadership of Colvin Funeral Home Incorporated. And I find that personally impressive, that you successfully managed and grew such a challenging business starting at such a young age. Mayor Colvin's vision is to help Fayetteville prepare for the future by building a viable workforce, investing in infrastructure, and expanding our city's connection to the global economy. He is placing a strong emphasis on economic development, education and training, and the creation of a safe and secure community. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Mayor Mitch Colvin.
It's great to see you. What an exciting day. And I may deviate from these notes because I'm just so excited to be here today, but I would have to, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge again my colleagues on Fayetteville City Council, Mayor Pro Tem Kathy Jensen representing District 1, also Councilmember Chris Davis, as well as, just to make sure I don't miss anyone, but as a council, as the mayor, it's such an honor and privilege to be here. Thank you to Metronet for believing in this great community that we have, this can-do city. Thank you, Robert, and to the other members who speak today, our state representatives, Davier and Representative Zoka, as well as our county commissioner colleagues, Chairman Adams and others. So thank you so much. Today is an exciting day in our community that City of Fayetteville, Cumberland County will become one of the first gigabyte communities in our area, in our region. And we know that 2020 certainly exposed the importance of connectivity in our communities, from our children in our schools to our work. And as we learn to work from home in this new environment that COVID has created, we understand the importance of connectivity. One of the things that I've emphasized on council are the 3 C's, connection being the pillar of it: connection, collaboration, and communication. And you need Metronet for all of that. And this is the epitome of a collaborative effort between the various levels of government, between our partner at PwC and the utility. Thank you so much for what you all have done. And this is just a tremendous day. But it said that this company first announced and completed projects in North Carolina under construction in Greenville and other places. The project was announced on January the 12th of 2021. Construction started on March of 2021. In November 2020, the City Council adopted ordinances designed to facilitate the rapid deployment of broadband technologies regardless of the provider. Also in November of 2020, the town of Hope Mills, Mayor Warner, was the first municipality to enter into the agreement with Metronet. In December and January of 2020 and 2021, PwC approved an agreement and the expenditures required to allow the project to move forward. Beyond the costs associated with the increased permitting volume and dedicated staff, no incentives were provided to the project. While a few portions of the network are already up and running, however, this is the first official connection. Additional sections will be coming online as the construction continues. You know, in a typical month, the company has about 25+ crews pulling more than 25 miles of conduit and 15 miles of fiber optic cable throughout Cumberland County. It is Robert Van Gien's understanding and myself that the current bill will serve Fayetteville, Hope Mills, Eastover, Vander, Spring Lake, Raeford, and portions of adjoining Cumberland County. Once that is completed, the next phase will connect Falcon, Godwin, Linden, and Stedman, giving us a completely technology-driven community and county. The company is providing the Core Innovation Center with a gig fiber optic connection. The core is located adjacent to the FCEDC offices and is currently the home of a dozen technology and military contractor startup companies and early stage companies. The Core Innovation Center was established and launched in 2018 with a grant from the state of North Carolina, and our delegation is to be commended for that. While moderately successful through COVID, and this new infrastructure will substantially increase our capacity to serve advanced technology companies. So again, today is a great day in Fayetteville. We're at the forefront. I'd like everyone to know this is a can-do city that's open for business, and thank you for your hard work. Thank you, Metronet.
Thank you, Mayor Colvin. Professionally, I've often been asked why some communities stagnate and others move forward. My experience tells me that what we have right here in this room, positively motivated civic and elected leaders working together for the betterment of the community, that is the difference. And that is why we're seeing the positive change that is taking root in our community over the last few years. Complex projects like this take a multifaceted team to be successful. The danger in publicly thanking people is that someone will be left out. However, I feel it's important that we do recognize and acknowledge the important role that organizations like PwC, their board, their current and past members played in facilitating this project. A special thanks goes out to Chairwoman Evelyn Shaw, who's with us, and their dynamic CEO, Elena Ball, who hit the ground running back in December 2020. And this project would not have been possible without the ongoing support of the city manager's office and the city's entire leadership team. Especially, I'd like to know Dr. Telly Whitfield, who put countless hours in on this project, and I know he wanted to be with us today, but is in another meeting right now. While it is, David, it's going to be your opportunity to speak for your team, I do want to say that Eddie Massengill has been an incredible resource and partner from day one, always positive, always solution-driven. We're just so grateful to have been able to work with him on this. This time, it's, the city of Fayetteville is our largest population center, but the positive aspects of this project will serve towns and unincorporated areas across our community. As my friends on the county commission like to remind me, it's all inside of Cumberland County. And to that end, please allow me to introduce County Commission Chairman Glenn Adams. Mr. Adams is a senior partner with the Adams, Burge, and Bowman LLC firm. He was elected to the Cumberland County Board of Commissioners as a District 1 representative in 2014. Mr. Adams served as the board's vice chair in 2016 and 2020 and a chairman in 2017. So this is the second time around I've got to enjoy his company. Mr. Adams has been involved in various professional and civic organizations. He served on the North Carolina Central University Board of Trustees from 2003 to 2011 and was chair of that board from 2009 to 2011. He attended the North Carolina Central University School of Law and received his Juris Doctorate, and he also attended NC State University, receiving his Bachelor of Arts there. Committed to building a safer and healthier community, Chairman Adams is a member of the Cape Fear Valley Hospital System Board of Trustees and served as an appointed position on that board prior to being elected County Commissioner. He's married to the Honorable Gail Adams, Superior Court Judge of the 14th Judicial District, and they have 5 children. He is also currently serving as chairman of the Fayetteville State University's Board of Trustees, which may or may not be the reason FSU won their first CIAA men's basketball championship since 1973. Please join me in welcoming the Honorable Glenn Adams.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Mayor Colvin told you all the accolades of Metronet, so I'm not going to do that. I take this opportunity to bring you greetings on behalf of the Board of Commissioners and the more than 300,000 citizens of Cumberland County. I got with me Commissioner Keith and former chairman of the Cumberland County Board of Commissioners, Larry Lancaster, as we bring these greetings here for you today. But let me tell you what, if you look at our motto, out of many is one, and that's where he talks about everything is sitting inside of Cumberland County. But it is because of Hope Mills and Eastover, and as we get the Falcon and all of our municipalities, we did this. We've been through this pandemic, and the pandemic is just shed light on a number of things. And one of the things it showed was the lack of connectivity in this community. I don't know, and you can raise your hand, how many of you all saw school buses driving out the parking lots to be able to have kids connect to the internet to be able to do their homework and to do schoolwork? That's unacceptable. I think that's unacceptable for this time of the year where we're in this technology age, that we're riding buses out for people to have connectivity. And I think that the day we conquer that problem, And so out of that pandemic, there are some good things that came out. We saw that, but we are now able to take that and we're going to take that and solve that particular problem. Today doesn't solve all of Cumberland County, it solves most of Cumberland County, but we're not going to stop here and we're going to get to the bounds of entire Cumberland County. That's what the county commissioners have set out to do. So I think today that as we sit in this room, you know, I always tell everybody that Cumberland County and Fayetteville is the gateway to southeastern North Carolina, and we ought to grab that and know that. But what we do is today the light shines on us because there are a lot of counties out in the eastern part of North Carolina, in the western part of North Carolina, that doesn't have this broadband. But they can look at Cumberland County and see. So now I do want to thank Ms. Shaw, who's in the back, and Elena Ball, because we were working on this thing for a long time. And Elena came here, and within what, a week, 2 weeks, she had this problem solved. And we were well on our way to extending this broadband. So thank you, PwC, for all you do. The school system, I see Dr. Connolly back there. He has been a big proponent of this. But what it tells you is this: collaboration works. And that's what brings this community together. It's the city of Fayetteville, it's the state delegation, it's PwC, it's all of us working together to make Cumberland County the can-do community. And that's what we are. So today I tell everybody, congratulate yourselves for being a part of this big day. And we won't end here because Robert's talking about all of us, but let's not forget what economic development did for this community. We cannot forget that. And as we grow this community, we need all of you all to be a part of this. And we do have the mayor and alderman from the town of Eastover. They got here a little late. I wanted to make sure I recognized them, who are partners in all of this. So never let my elected officials down. You know, I got to make sure y'all take care of you all. Thank you all so very much. Thank you for coming.
I would say, and Mayor Coleman did mention it there, I do want to acknowledge Mayor Jackie Warner. While Fayetteville is the largest city Metronet is serving in Cumberland County, he was correct. Hope Mills was the first, and they were the fastest to it. And at the time, we were working through a lot of tough issues. And so the town of Hope Mills, their warm reception reinforced the company's belief that this was the best place in North Carolina for their first project. So now it is my pleasure to welcome Mr. Dave Heimbach. Mr. Heimbach joined Metronet as President and Chief Operating Officer effective July 5th, 2021. It wasn't until they had signed the Fayetteville deal that he was willing to come on board. You got it. He was previously Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of Shenandoah Telecommunications Company, which operates wireless cable and fiber optic networks in portions of Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, and Maryland. At Shentel, Mr. Heimbach led the sale of the company's new glasses with the lenses underneath there. With a high power, led to the sale of the company's wireless affiliate business to T-Mobile and the transformation of Shentel to a high-growth regional broadband company focused on fiber and fixed wireless broadband expansion. He currently serves as a board member of the ACA Connects and Industry Association. With Metronet being one of the largest and fastest growing fiber to the premises providers in the U.S., we are excited to have him with us here today, and we are so glad that you're able to join us.
Well, he's on fire today, isn't he? I'll tell you what, this is a lively bunch. So, look, I have prepared remarks as well, but, you know, Mayor Colvin, you did a phenomenal job of covering most of those. I'm teasing. It's a compliment. You know, look, the company, Metronet, has been doing this fiber to the premise thing, this fiber to the home thing for a while now. We're about 17 years into our journey. And, you know, we started very humbly just as a RUS grant recipient, mostly in the state of Indiana. And, you know, built at a fairly slow pace for a number of years. And it wasn't until, roughly 2014, 2015, we took a little bit of outside investment for our friends at Oak Hill Capital Partners, and then started to accelerate into hundreds of thousands, and we're now nearing almost a million total passings as an enterprise. And let me tell you, this construction stuff is tough. I mean, I know that, you know, we're going to run into issues here and there. We'll run into issues, you know, going forward. But when you're digging under the ground and you're hanging new aerial outside plant, particularly as an overbuilder and not as an incumbent operator where you're able to overlast your existing outside plant infrastructure, it's tough. And that's why even big companies like Google Fiber have struggled in this business and stalled out in a number of occasions. In our situation, in our case, we think our speed and our quality of construction are really one of the key differentiators we have as a company, and we hope that you'll find that is the case here in Fayetteville thus far, and you know, as we continue our construction efforts. When it's all said and done, we're going to serve over 100,000 residents and business customers in this community and the surrounding areas, and probably more in the future as we continue to expand the footprint of the platform. And you know, today, give or take, rough and tough, we're about 15% or so done with the build, but we expect to be largely complete in about a year's time. In about another 3 or 4 months, we're going to open our storefront, our first storefront in the Fayetteville community. And you know, Eddie's already gotten a shout out. I don't know, Eddie, where you are out there. There he is over there in the corner hiding. But you know, couldn't agree, you know, more with the comments about, you know, the strong partnership that he's formed with elected officials and all of the other folks from the community that are here today. At our company, we have a few key values, and we've kind of got a moniker, you know, behind those that are simplify and satisfy and personify. And those 3 phis, if you will, really have everything to do with trying to make business, you know, easy to do with our company. And we try and embody that in each of our associates. We have many of those folks in the room with me, you know, today. And so, you know, it is that ongoing commitment to our local communities that we have at Metronet that really, I think, embodies this event, you know, today. We are providing service, as Robert already pointed out, free of charge for the first 5 years. My guess is that he's going to shake us down and ask us to do that for the next 5 after that as well, which we will likely do. But nevertheless, we're terribly excited to be able to support this great effort to support the entrepreneurial community in Fayetteville, and think that our technology is really going to give the entrepreneurs a leg up that are going to be supported, you know, by the investments we've made. As the mayor pointed out, you know, we're doing this 100% on hard dime. No taxpayer dollars are contributing. We're investing tens of millions of dollars in this community, and we're happy to do so because we fundamentally believe in this growing community and the prospects of this community and what our technology will do going forward from an economic development perspective. Look, the city of Fayetteville and the mayor and all of the elected officials, I think, you know, have been incredibly supportive of what we're trying to do here, and we couldn't be more grateful for the opportunity to spend this afternoon with you today. Over the course of our partnership going forward, we're hopeful that we can continue to be a key and contributing member to the vital success of this community and its surrounding areas as we make this multi-million-dollar investment here in Fayetteville and the surrounding areas. So I just want to thank everybody again for welcoming us today. We're excited to support the residences, the businesses, active duty and veterans, and the entrepreneurs in Fayetteville. And look, every day that passes, the community here is going to be one step closer to becoming a fully powered gigabit city on the Metronet platform. So thank you very much.
At this time, it's my privilege to introduce Representative John Zoka. He has represented NC House District 45 since 2013. He then earned degrees in engineering and operations research from the University of Texas, Austin. Representative Zoka served in the United States Army from 1976 to 1996. Ranger and airborne qualified. Since his retirement, he has owned several successful small businesses. Representative Zoka and his wife, Lori, currently reside in Fayetteville, North Carolina, have 2 grown children, Hunter and Morgan. As was mentioned before, in addition to his service in the legislature, John was instrumental in securing funding for our Core Innovation Center, which was launched in 2018, and it does provide resources for both established companies and entrepreneurs who focus on delivering next-generation cybersecurity, augmented reality, digital healthcare, defense, and other technologies. With more than 6,500 square feet of private offices, meeting rooms, one of which you are in here, and event space, the core is home to a dozen early stage companies. Please join me in welcoming Representative John Zoka.
At least I'm not going last. Sorry about that, Kirk. You know, I mean, you know, in the House we say in debate. It's not a bad thing, but in the House we say in debate, everything's been said. It's just that not everybody said it. So it's like Mitch, you led off with a great speech, followed up here, and obviously David, it was great. I mean, it's my pleasure to be here. It's been my distinct honor to be involved with primarily funding this core area here. Because I and Kirk and the rest of the delegation believe in Fayetteville and all our other smaller municipalities, and we believe in Cumberland County. We're about jobs in the economy. This is a huge step towards attracting more businesses here and to keep the businesses that we have here up and fully functioning. 8-10 years ago, when I took a big interest in broadband, there was this big discussion in the legislature: is broadband a service that if you want it, you're going to pay for it? Or should we treat it more like roads? Is it infrastructure? And I think that we've all seen, it was mentioned here by Glenn earlier, that through COVID, we've seen that it's infrastructure. And I, for one, am just thrilled to death to have a company like Metronet putting forth their own private capital in building out a GigaNet system here in the greater Fayetteville area. I mean, it's just awesome. It really is. That will help us attract more businesses, keep the business that we have here, grow, and that only helps our whole community. So again, the rest of it's been said, but I would like to give another special shout out to Robo, Robert Van Giens here. He has done an outstanding job, not only finding opportunities like this for our community, but other opportunities for other businesses. Not everyone is a hit out of the park like this is. We got a new ballpark down here too, Mr. Mayor. Did you know that? Good job. Yeah. Everyone's not a home run like this is, but he constantly is swinging and hitting, sometimes single, sometimes double, oftentimes a home run. So, you know, on behalf of the community, again, thank you for all the work you do. And sir, thank you for all the great work that your company has done so far. And I keep asking, what can I sign up for? I mean, you're not out of my neighborhood yet. You got to hurry that up, sir. Anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. Welcome, Councilman, Councilwoman. Thank you for joining us here.
Just got from another meeting.
We completely understand. It is a busy day in Fayetteville. Thank you so much. I do want to note that we do have at least 2 of our companies here, and we won't go into a long pitch, but Timur, would you mind just telling folks who you are, one of our core companies?
Thank you. My name is Timur with Media Shield.
Tell us what you guys do, just so people understand who's here.
We are a kind of all-in-one software that collects a lot of daily uses that businesses use. You have all that systems in one place, from like email marketing, text marketing, call center, website building. I think
he actually helped us market for New Year's Eve, and within 3 days of bringing him on, we saw our social media engagement grow by 175%.
Wow. And General, would you care to?
Sure. Thanks, my name is Freddie Rosari, JMH Group, and what we do is we're matching near future emerging technology to government contracts and direct support of the Department of Defense. And so we have a lot of great technology that's here in the community. Just need a little bit of exposure and get that coupled with the DoD funding and the requirements, and great potential, and I'd love to be here and work with that project.
Councilman Vander, you were at a joint homeless task force meeting, is that right? Exactly. So lots of work being done here today. It is my pleasure and privilege to introduce our final speaker of the day. Senator Kirk Davier has represented the 19th District since 2018. Prior to this, Mr. Davier served on the Fayetteville City Council. He's married to Jenny Beaver Davier, and they have one son, Grayson. He holds an MBA from Troy University and a BS from Huntington College. After 10 years of serving the United States Army, Kirk served as COO for AIT, Advanced Internet Technology. Since then, he has owned the 219 Group. I think importantly that Senator Davier is one of the founders of the Pathways to Prosperity Initiative, designed to break the cycle of generational poverty. A champion of innovation, he recognizes that closing the digital divide will open opportunities for all of our citizens. Please help me in welcoming Senator Kirk Davier.
Thank you. And the only thing you can do is get that gig to my house so my son, when he plays his little games, that they'll actually not tear down the rest of the network in the house, so I can get some work done. But first of all, thank you so much for what you're doing in our community and your willingness to invest in us and believe in this community, because it's a great community. To Robert, I know everybody's thanked you, but I remember talking early on about what it would mean for this community to have this type of company come into our community. So thank you for what you and your staff do every day. And PwC, Ms. Shaw, Elena, I mean, we couldn't have done this. This would not be here if it was not for you. So thank you so much, and people need to recognize the important asset we have in PwC. So thank you. You know, I look back and heard John, I get to be last, so I'm pulling up rear security, John. So for those military guys in the room, or military people in the room. But I remember having a conversation with John, I think even before I was on city council, or as I was on city council, about the importance of broadband in our community and the importance of what it can do for our community and harness our community. Sitting in a boardroom down at AIT having a conversation about what we need to do. Fast forward that, I'm not in the General Assembly, and I'm standing in the General Assembly with John Soka, and we got a bill, they're launching a bill on the floor to provide that funding that is a catalyst for what you see here today with the Core Innovation Center. And then fast forward that, and with this delegation continuing to champion off of John's voice as a broadband innovator, $1 billion in this state budget, not coming to Cumberland County, we got some of it, but $1 billion across the state to continue to build out. And I think what that speaks to is that people across the state, especially in this community, understand the importance of broadband. Understand, as we just went through the last 2 years in this pandemic, and people spoke about it earlier, but it's not just the businesses. It's the mom, the single mom that may have gotten laid off from her position, and now she's at home and she can log online to FTCC or Fayetteville State or Methodist University, and she can advance her education. It's that school child that needs to log on to maybe get that little bit extra bit of information. And what Metronet is doing, and why I was so drawn to this when John and I first talked, it's about the affordability. Because what I saw when I represented District 2, Mayor, is I saw a city and I saw a community that was underserved and lacked the resources they need, and that was stricken in poverty. Across the district I represented had the highest concentration of poverty. We're trying to fix that, but this broadband is an equalizer. And to do this in this community, and to say that you're going to serve the underserved areas, is you've got me standing point with you any day of the week. So thank you for what you're doing. Thank this community for embracing this company. And let's go grow this company, because Fayetteville and Cumberland County deserves, and we need to start looking that we deserve the best and brightest out there, and that's who we are. So thank you so much.
Thank you. We're about to wrap here, and then we're going to have a photo opportunity out in the lobby. But before we do, I want to say that personally I'm humbled by the praise, and because it is not, I'm just lucky to be able to be the one that stands in front of you facilitating an event like this, but without the team of people you have at the city, the county, and all of the partners, without the staff we have here at FCEDC, without the support of our board members, current and past, a number of which I have Glenn, the mayor, Elena, I'm missing any of the other current FCEDC board members there. And we do have many of our past members there, Andrew Panic. Thank you for all of your service, and we appreciate that. And ultimately, the city and county and our funding partners with the VAC, without those resources, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. That said, we do have a little token of appreciation over here, and I was hoping that I could suddenly get Kathy Johnson to grab it for me, or Rob Patton. All right. And I could maybe grab the mayor and the chairman, and if we come on up. And Dave, if we could present this to you here.
Oh, sure.
And Glenn, you love reading these things. I know you do. There.
Oh, now you're going to make me put my glasses back on. With Mr. Mayor. It says, with our greatest appreciation, we present Metronet this award in recognition of your investment and commitment to the city of Fayetteville and Cumberland County. Ooh, you got the good date. March 8th, 2022, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Can Do, Carolina.
On your birthday.
On my birthday. Everybody get me now? All right.
Now,
I saw that.
Now, since we were not able to do, you can't do a ribbon cutting for a fiber optic project, we are going to step outside in front of the mayor, and we're going to do a ceremonial lighting of it. So please join us. Great photo op if you like, and we're going to have a little fun with that. So.
Yeah.